Hello and welcome back to Gongxian. Today we're gonna look at some more mods. I have 5 mods for you today. And we're gonna start off with Mercenary mod. Now people have been making a lot of Mercenary mod. Ronin, John Wick, Gunther, Ela, Old Louis, and yeah, well, some of them are fun, some of them are outright overpowered.
Yes, ready.
Pretty much all of them are
Yes.
using the same voice
Certainly.
packs as for now.
It's me, Thor. Hello. It's me,
Like
Thor.
Gunther is using the voice pack of Thor,
Yeah. Okay.
and so on. Now, a lot of the custom make merch start off with really good stuff, and some of them might be a bit overpowered. A few of them are very overpowered, but I mean, using them, I don't know. It could be fun. I'm not sure I'm gonna use any of them. Now, there's 2 special mods in the merc department. There's an hyena, which is yeah, basically a hyena, and there's Old Louis, a really big croc. Now this old crocodile, he's very tough and very cheap. He's only 700 to recruit. He has some really good armor, crocodile hide, 50% damage reduction, and he has his jaws. The funny thing is, you can actually equip a gun on him. That's just weird, but oh, hey well, and you could put other armor on him as well. Now this guy is very overpowered. He starts the game hidden. Yeah, he just does, and he can pretty much take down the village of Ernie on his own. They can shoot him all right, but I mean, he hits very hard. He can hit more than once, and if they try to walk away from him, he will bite them. I mean, and even if they shoot him, I mean, he doesn't really care, to be honest, if they can even hit him. Well, he is extremely slow, but yeah, that's pretty much it. He cannot climb at all, so that means if you take him on a map where you have to climb to move on, you will be stuck. But it's a fun idea. I like the idea. It needs some work, but I mean, yeah. Look at him, just killing everything. It's stupid, and it's fun. So yeah, that's Old Louis. If you want to have some fun, use him, put him in one of your cities, and he can pretty much defend it all by himself, at least in the very beginning. Both of them are really slow on the map though, so I mean, they are pretty annoying. But that's it for mercs. I'm not going to go through all the mercs. There's a ton of them. They're pretty easy to make, apparently, and people are making a lot, and some of them are fun. Use them if you feel like they fit into your story. Now, the second mod I want to talk about is Active Pause mod. And what it basically does is when you press the spacebar,
I do
you
not
pause
know
the
what
game.
it is, but we should probably
And
take
that's
it
pretty
just in
much
case
it.
we need it.
I really like this mod because although it makes it somewhat easier to do sneaking mission and stuff, it's also very nice when you get a message that someone has seen something or anything. You can just, and it doesn't work in combat. Of course, it's not really needed in combat, but if I try to run and press the pause button, nothing happens. The pause button makes it a lot easier to sneak around and do stuff, and sometimes if you need to think quick, like say when we go too close, he'll start to get detected. There we go. I can pause and say, oh, wait a minute, this guy's detecting me, I better crawl back. This is really helpful. I don't know if I would call it a cheat, but this is definitely a mod I would like to use, because, yeah, well, I'm old and I need time to think. I'm not really much of a Twitch player. So now we're just gonna shoot this guy. There we go.
Guys, they spotted us. You know, just a heads up.
It gives you a kind of an edge before starting combat, and yeah, I like it. So anyways, that's the pause mod. Now, one other mod I have installed is no flash enemies on Mission Impossible. The no flash enemies on Mission Impossible simply lowers the free move bonus to the enemies on hard and commando difficulties. Instead of having 60% free bonus move, they now have 20% bonus move on Mission Impossible, and it lowers from 30% to 10% on commando. I haven't played the harder difficulties much, but the little bit I did play it, I did notice that the enemies are up in your face really, really fast, and this should make this less so. In any case, if you feel the enemy is moving way too fast on the harder difficulties, you can use this mod. Now the fourth mod we're going to look at today is the more inventory space for your mercenaries. What this mod does is basically making everybody's backpack really, really huge. And yeah, I mean, inventory space can be a problem at times, and I do think this is a nice add-on, getting a bit more inventory space. I don't know if it will break the game in any meaningful way or if it's a bad thing to use it, but I do like it. I simply hate throwing out or scrapping stuff or not being able to loot because I need one spot. So I know I'm pretty much gonna fill this up as well, and then I'm gonna be back at the same problem anyways, but there is more inventory space for mercenaries, and I like that mod. Again, I guess it's a personal preference if you want to use it, just like the to hit chance mod or the more descriptive chance to hit mod. I don't think the more merc inventory space as such ruins anything. It's just pretty much a convenience. But again, feel free to disagree. Leave me a comment if you absolutely hate this mod and think it's game breaking. I can't really see how it can be, but maybe you can see something I can. Now, the last two mods I'm going to talk about is a couple of bug fixes made by Player One, and the first one is melee hit and run bug fix. I haven't experienced the hit and run bug myself, but I mean, it's nice that someone is making a fix for it, although I'm pretty sure it will be fixed in a patch soon enough. The same guy, Player One, also made a loner quirk bug fix. Apparently it was checked on combat start instead of turn start. So if you were too close to your teammates when the combat started, the loner perk would not activate, and it would never do so because it would only check the one time at beginning of combat and not at each turn. So that was fixed. Again, I haven't had a character with the loner perk, so I haven't had the loner bug. Again, that was made by Player One, and it's really cool that the mod community can fix some of the bugs. Of course, we can hope that eventually the developers will fix the bugs themselves. So yeah, well done, Player One. Now, the last thing I want to say, while you maybe subscribe or give me a thumbs up, that would be really nice, is that I have been playing a little bit of co-op with my friend of mine. And one thing I really would like to see in-game is the ability to actually ping the map in co-op multiplayer, because saying you have to go over by that tree to the left, just behind the rock and so on, is pretty annoying. So if any of you modders actually see this video and you can figure out how to make a ping the map ability, or ping, or put a flag on the map, or mark the map in multiplayer co-op, that would be really awesome. In any case, that's it for me and for the mods for this time. Still looking forward to see some really cool mods coming out, and if you don't want to miss any of the mods coming out, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Rax are out.